Well, good morning from Fontana Lodge. We rested well last night. We've got all of our gear packed up. We're about ready to roll here. There's Hawkeye full of vim and vigor this morning or something like that. Thanks again to our trail angel who's taking us down. I'll get his name. I've got it folded up in my wallet, but I'll share that. At least his trail name. His trail name I think is Pan, and his wife is Plain Jane. They're from Georgia, and they've done a whole bunch of long section hikes. They're hoping to finish everything up, I think, next year. So it was certainly a blessing to have met him at the parking lot yesterday. He's going to run us down to the Hilton, and we'll meet up with everybody else, and we're going to head out into the Smokies tomorrow, or this morning, rather. So we're going to do, I think it's about 11 and a half miles or so. We're going up to Mollies Ridge Shelter tonight. The thing we'll pass today is we'll be climbing Shuckstack Mountain, and there's a tower on the top of it. We didn't go off to it last time, but it was rainy and drizzly last time. We may actually get our first brush with some weather tomorrow. I think we maybe have some rain tomorrow to contend with, but we'll deal with that as it comes. We've got the gear for it, so we're ready for it. Be prepared is the motto that I've lived with all my life, so we're gonna continue doing that. We'll check with you up the trail. All right, coming into Fontana Dam. We've walked down from the Hilton and we're making tracks, and that's the Smokies right there. We're going to be going a couple of miles up there and turning left and dropping our permits in the box. And we'll be in the Smokies for a week or so. Hoping to get out at Newfound Gap and Gatlinburg for a day, maybe. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the weather will not go insane and we won't get snowed on and all that, but we'll take it as it comes. All right, we got everybody back with us now. We finally caught up together. So we're hiking forward as a group. We're going to conquer. So one of the things that I read about Fontana Dam was that because of the amount of concrete in the place, there are some cracks in the dam that they had to repair periodically. I'm wondering if that's what they're doing right here. But this is a fantastic structure right here. I'll do some reading up on it and tell you a bit about it in just a second. There's a spillway down here that we can't see yet, right down over there somewhere. So we'll check that out when we get on the top. All right, so Fontana Dam, some of the structures behind me here, built in the 1940s by the TVA. It stands at 480 feet, and at the time of the construction, it was the largest dam in the eastern part of the U.S. and the fourth largest dam in the world. When they built this, the area behind had to be bought out, and they displaced about 1,300 families. They had to move about 1,100 graves, and also had to relocate about 60 miles of roadway to make the lake part of it that this dam holds back. So it was a marvel. I mentioned earlier, I did read about the dam when it was constructed. There was so much concrete in it, they were worried about the thermal reaction with the concrete, that it would cause cracking over time. And they've had to come in and repair several times to reinforce that. And I'm not sure if that's what they're doing here or if they're just doing some regular maintenance on the dam. But we're about to head across it. We're going to turn right and we'll be in the Smokies just shortly.
So I found out what caused that.
Beautiful area right here.
Apparently my belt was so stiff that it was pinching between the bottom of my
Seems
back.
like they're all the time working on the dam here.
So these shorts have a nylon, and when you...
Yes, sir.
That red tag, your old one?
Yeah.
Last time?
Yeah. Oh, that's phenomenal. I'm going to hold on with two hands. All right, if you're a fan of Disney, this is the backside of water. This is, we've come across the dam, and beautiful views this morning, great weather. We're gonna take off our mid layers and get ready to go uphill. All right, we are dropping permits. That's the one thing about the Smokies is you have to get a $40 permit to hike through the Smokies. So they're, what, $150 or $200 richer today than they were 2 days ago. So we'll drop those in here and make our way up the trail. Let's see here. Permits in the box, and we are ready to hike the Smokies. Well, we have stepped off the road into the Smokies. we're going uphill today for most of the day. So I'm in the back, and I'll catch up to them eventually. Sun shining off of Fontana Lake this morning. We'll try to get you some interesting views today. Probably not tons of videos because we're going to be climbing most, if not all, of our day. And I don't do a lot of videoing when I'm going uphill. But I know that the big peak that we're dealing with today is Shucksack Mountain. And we've got better weather this year than we did in 2019. It was drizzly, rainy, blowing snow when we were here before, but it's probably already 45 or 50 degrees out and we're headed up the hill. Well, still climbing on a Thursday, but we've got even better views of Watauga Lake now. Beautiful day out today. I've already got, I figured I've got the wrong clothes on because I'm wearing my long sleeve Kathleen shirt, and it's probably 55 or 60 degrees out here according to our thermometers. So maybe I'll change at lunch. I don't know, we'll see. But gorgeous day in the Smoky Mountains today. We'll tell you some things about the Great Smoky Mountains National Park here in a little bit when I get my wind back. So thanks for following along, and we'll see you up the trail. Well, right up here is where we're headed. It's not the ultimate destination, but that's Shucksack Tower up there. It's about 1/10 of a mile off the trail. We'll curl around, back out just a bit. Best as I remember, we're gonna wind up hooking a left and kind of curling up and on the inside of this ridge right here and going up that way here in a bit. I'd like to say it levels off after that, but it keeps climbing. But we'll keep climbing with a positive attitude. All right, so here's a rock face that we're walking past and over. And over here to our left, call it west of the trail. Awesome view. Incredible view this morning. And we're gonna have views upon views coming through the Smokies. That's one of the cool things about it. It's hard hiking, but we're gonna get to see a lot of stuff like this. And we're excited about it. Well, we have reached a plethora of signage. It says we're 3.7 off of Fontana Dam. I think we're further than that. Maybe not. Lots of trails here in the Smokies. Over 800 miles actually of trails in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We haven't done much of it. We've done the Appalachian Trail all the way through it once. We've been in the Cataloochee section a couple of nights, but nowhere near all of it. Don't know that we ever will. Well, we've come off trail to get some water at this little campsite. This is where we had supper in 2019, is this little fire pit right here and on that little stump. It was a nice place to stay. The only time on the trail in 2019 that we got any frozen precipitation. We were sitting here eating supper at that little fire ring behind me. Tents were right up here above midline here. And we got sleep for about 20 or 30 minutes, maybe 45. We got about 3/4 of an inch. And that's the only frozen stuff we saw. But those were a really nice place to stay right up here on these tent pads. About 1/10 of a mile off trail uphill, but it is what it is. We didn't bring our gear down here this time. We just came down for the water. And now we're heading back up. Well, enjoying catching up to our friends today. We've had a lot of camaraderie and sitting around chilling, and we're getting ready to go uphill again. We are at the, forgot about it, Birch Spring Gap campsite, which is just down the hill where I got water. That's where Hawkeye and I stayed last time. So beautiful day for hiking. Probably going to deal with rain tomorrow, but we've got the gear, so we'll bring it out and we'll use it. And we'll check with you up the trail. Well, we're still coming along today. Here comes dear Jeff behind us. We're hiking along like we got no better sense. It's been a great day, great weather. Once we got up our big climb, we've not had too much trouble. We've had some flats and gentle ups and gentle downs. We've still got some climbing to do today before we get to our shelter about 4 miles out, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as what we've done already. So we'll make it forward here as quickly as we can, and we'll check in with you up the trail. Alrighty. In the realm of things that you don't see at home, here's a pretty interesting tree that we're walking past. That thing's about 6 or 8 feet across. It's pretty huge. We're still lined up marching down the trail, like we called it, like ants in a row, heading towards our shelter for this evening. We've had a great day hiking with friends. It's been good to reconnect, and it's been a very peaceful day of hiking. Probably going to get a little rain tomorrow, so we'll see how that handles, but it won't be too bad. We'll be on to our shelter in an hour or so, maybe a little bit better. We've got this down and another up to the shelter. Check in when we get there. Well, good day of hiking today. We're kind of at a little saddle. We're getting ready to start our last big uphill, and it has really been a blessing to reunite with all of our friends. I know you've met them all before. We'll try to do an introduction tonight or tomorrow or sometime and just put names and faces together for you one more time if they don't mind. But we've been kind of going up the trail and talking and sharing stories and laughing and stopping every now and again, and it's been a very relaxed hike today. So we'll check in when we get to the shelter, if not before. Well, up ahead is the happiest sight of a hiker's day. It's when you see the roof of the shelter peeking through the trees. We have made it, and we're ready to sit down and get a load off. Mollies Ridge Shelter is where we are. I think we're in Tennessee tonight, which means no privy. But I think they have a bear box, so that'll be nice. And I bet they have somewhere flat to sleep. And I don't think it's going to be tremendously cold tonight either, so we'll take what we got. All right, there's Milkman having his chili or taco rice and chicken. I've got my mashed potatoes and Spam, and I don't know what we're having down here, but we've all made it in. Potatoes, yeah, me too. So we've all made it in tonight. Starting to mist rain a little bit, so we're going to eat and get in the shelter. I'll try to show you the front of the shelter tomorrow, but we got to, if the weather was clear tomorrow morning, we'd have a beautiful view over here. So thanks for following along today, and we will check in with you first thing in the morning.